Everyone, it's September 25th, and that means that if today's your birthday, you share with German serial killer Olaf Däter, known as the Granny Killer, who murdered 5 victims in a span of just 10 days in 2001. And that is him right up there. Born in 1969, Däter never knew his biological father, but was adopted by his stepfather before his first birthday. He had a normal, middle-class upbringing, and having no siblings, he was very close to his parents, who often bailed him out of his frequent financial foibles. Embarking on a career as a nurse, he served in the medical unit of the German military, being described as bossy and meticulous by those who served with him. After his military service, he was allowed to stay on as a nurse in the Saxony region of Germany. He met and married a woman at about this time, but was divorced within a year. A large man, he was described in the press as massive with a doughy complexion. Däter was obsessed with fancy cars and was infatuated with a prostitute with whom he was involved, who he tried to impress by acting like a big spender. He didn't have the salary of a big spender, however, and his debts began to mount. Looking for an easy way to get some money, he turned to the patients he had taken care of as a geriatric nurse. He attempted to embezzle funds from current patients but was caught and fired, with the same result at his next employer, so he hatched a new plan. In June of 2001, Däter visited 6 women over the age of 80 who were former patients, all of whom invited him in because of their familiarity. He would put a sock over his hand and choke his victims from behind, suffocating them while using the force of his entire body weight to crush them. The sock was to prevent their saliva from getting on his hand, the thought of which disgusted him. After staging their bodies in bed to look like they died in their sleep, Däter would rob them of any cash they had, but in at least 3 of the cases he feared getting caught, so he left without taking anything. He stole a total of almost 5,000 Deutschmarks from his victims, which is roughly 4,500 in today's dollars. Some reports indicate that one victim voluntarily gave him money and wasn't attacked, but Google Translate makes this a bit unclear. Doctors didn't examine the bodies closely enough to notice their severe internal injuries, and as such thought these women had died from natural causes. But when he attacked the 6th woman, he thought she was dead when she had just passed out and left while she was still alive. Her son came to visit and discovered her with 3 broken ribs and severe bruising and called the police. Because she knew Däter, she was able to tell the authorities who had attacked her. Meanwhile, he had invited his prostitute girlfriend to join him on a vacation to the East Frisian Islands using his stolen money, but the police were waiting for him at the airport when he returned. When interviewed, he confessed to all that he had done and said that he would have continued to kill if he wasn't caught, since he'd used all of the money he stole on that trip. The prostitute he had spent the money on laughed at him in court, saying that she would have been affectionate towards any man who paid her as much as he had. Däter was sentenced to life in prison and will almost certainly remain there until he is near the age his victims were when he killed them. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone's birthday it is today, send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Olaf Däter I say, happy birthday, you bastard.